BFTB. Best fight the best. So I wasn't gonna do one at all, but fuck it, I'll do one. Post-fight review of Kovalev and later Alvarez, you know what I'm saying, and Commey's upcoming fight with Lomachenko. So let's start with Commey. I like him. I like his style. I liked his style when he fought Robert Easter. I liked his aggression. I'm going to lean towards Lomachenko, but not much in that fight. And people are going to say, "What, man? What are you talking about, BFDB? White Jesus, Lomachenko is going to destroy Commey." Bro, Lomachenko has been getting touched, man. He ain't no spring chicken. Lomachenko is not like untouchable. He's a good ass fighter, like an amazing talent, special. But that doesn't mean you can't get hit. And if you get hit with someone who has the right pop, you know what I'm saying, man, shit can happen. So like I said, I'm leaning towards Lomachenko. I think Lomachenko's gonna have 3 belts after that fight. But I don't think it's gonna be as easy as what people believe it to be. I really don't. Now I understand about Lomachenko's skill set and his style, and I understand, but that you guys gotta understand, like, at the end of the day, styles make fights, not fighters. Richard Commey is not backing down from no Lomachenko, man. And just how he talked about him at the end of the fight when they said, "Yeah, you're gonna be fighting Lomachenko next," you know, he showed respect. It's like, yeah. I'm gonna enjoy this one, but man, that's a monster I got in front of me. So he's showing respect, you know what I'm saying? But fear is a whole different story. Respect and fear is a whole different story. Richard Commey don't fear that dude, man. I don't believe Richard Commey fears Lomachenko at all. And again, I'm leaning towards Lomachenko to win that fight on the decision. But if he gets hit, if he gets clipped by Richard Commey, cause I don't listen. When I'm looking at Richard Commey Lomachenko fight, I'm sort of comparing the Richard Commey Lomachenko fight with the Lomachenko Nicholas Walters fight. It's sort of on the same type of level. I mean, but the difference in this is Richard Commey is like literally just fought. You know what I'm saying? And he's about to fight him again in April. So this is not something with Nicholas Walters out of the ring for so long, yada yada yada, and then he jumps back in fighting Lomachenko. Like, nah, this dude just fought. And I mean, styles make fights. I can't say this enough. Styles make fights. I'm picking Lomachenko to win, but not an easy fight. Lomachenko might end up on his ass in that fight. He might end up on his ass. And I wouldn't be surprised if he actually lost. You are hearing me correctly. I would not be surprised if Lomachenko lost. I would not be surprised. Not at all. Not at all. I would not be surprised. It'd be on the level of like a Troyanovsky versus fucking Ndongo type shit. It'd be on a level like that. Styles make fights. Where Lomachenko has been, where he's special is he's been able to adapt to other styles and force people to adapt to his. That's where he's been special. And if he can continue pushing that on, bro, I don't really see many people beating him. And I know people are going to say about Mikey Garcia, bro. Styles make fights. I don't think Mikey Garcia could beat him either, but I think that'd be a tough ass fight, a tough fight for both. That's probably a 50-50 fight right there. But the Richard Commey fight, like I said, I'm leaning towards Lomachenko, probably around 55-45, 60-40-ish Lomachenko, just based on his ring IQ. But man, you cannot underestimate that Richard Commey power, man. You just can't. You can't underestimate it. But again, I'm leaning for Lomachenko to be a 3-belt champion now. And I'm curious too, man, if Lomachenko, I'm curious if Mikey Garcia keeps the WBC belt at that weight class, although he's getting destroyed by Errol Spence. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. Y'all can have whatever hope dreams and pipe dreams you want. Have whatever dream you want. No, that's not going to make a difference. But my thing is, after the obliteration, does he keep his title? And if he does he drop back down and try to unify with Lomachenko? Try to become undisputed with Lomachenko? That'd be dope. That'd be dope. I think he'll be damaged goods and he'll get destroyed. I think right now he has his best opportunity of beating Lomachenko is before he fights Errol Spence. But hey, man, it is what it is now. There's nothing we can do about it now. The inevitable is going to happen, and then we'll see how Mikey bounces back. But whatever. Off from that one. Crusher Kovalev. I do not like that motherfucker. I don't like him at all, man. I do not like Kovalev. But I'm a boxing fan first. And Kovalev boxed beautifully. He boxed beautifully. Now I am not sure if that's more towards Eleider Alvarez just trying to knock his head off, just trying to find one punch, trying to repeat the first fight. I'm not sure if it's for that or if it's just due to Kovalev actually listening to his fucking trainer. Actually listening. I'm not sure which one it is. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it's with him actually listening, because he was actually listening. He was doing what Buddy told him to do. You know what I'm saying? He was doing it, and he was boxing masterfully. Masterfully. Ones and twos, just bang bang. Back, putting pressure on him, bang, bang, bang. You know what I'm saying? Rolling with certain punches. He got hurt. He damn sure got hurt twice that I see. But he was rolling with certain punches. You know what I'm saying? Man, Kovalev looked really, really good. He looked really, really good. Really good. I don't think Eleider Alvarez went to the body enough. Like I said, I think he was just trying to repeat the last knockout that he had over Kovalev, and I wanted him to, because I don't like Kovalev. But like I said again, I'm a boxing fan first, and Kovalev boxed beautifully. I mean, beautifully. That was a thing of beauty. Now, can he keep that going? That's the question. Can he keep that going? You know what I'm saying? Was he humbled enough with the Ward ass whoopings and the Eleider Alvarez knockout? Was he humbled enough switching between trainers and all this other shit? Was he humbled enough to say, okay, I need this guy. I can't do it by myself. I need this guy. You know what I'm saying? I need Buddy. I need to just shut the fuck up, listen to people that know, and just follow through. Was he humbled enough? I mean, we'll see. I believe with the boxing, with the power he has, coupled with his natural boxing ability, I believe with those things, he could bounce back and be a unified champion. I don't know about undisputed, but he'll definitely be in the conversation. I think if he sticks with Buddy, if he listens to Buddy, if he does what he just did with Eleider Alvarez, I believe he can. If it comes down to two fighters, the last two fighters to make an undisputed champion, I believe he can be in the mix. I can see him as one of the two, if he can continue to keep himself humble. Because to me, he looked humbled in that fight. He looked humbled. When Buddy was speaking to him, he was taking it. He was taking it in, and he was just like, okay, all right. And then he was going out there and executing exactly what Buddy was telling him to do. I was impressed, and I don't like that motherfucker at all. I cannot stand Kovalev at all. But man, I was impressed. I was very, very impressed, man. Very impressed. Watching what he did, so what Kovalev did that impressed me more than anything else is he was always first. Always first. He always put Eleider Alvarez in a defensive position, a defensive posture. As soon as he came out, it was bang, bang, either one. As soon as he came out, he was sticking them. You know what I'm saying? Right away. So I was impressed with that, because you would think that someone that got knocked out so devastatingly in their first fight, you would think that he would come in hesitant. You know what I'm saying? And in order to not get caught over the top. And he got caught over the top at least twice that I remember. But and he was hurt both times. But man, I was impressed. I was really, really impressed with Kovalev. And I think, like I said, if he can keep himself hungry yet humble, because his success got to his head previously, having 3 belts, you know what I'm saying, and yada yada yada, all that other nonsense. It got to his head, and I believe that if he can because he seems hungry, because he didn't have to go any later like that. He could have fucking retired from boxing if he wanted to. I think he would have been okay, but maybe not with fucking Kathy Duva. Well, maybe, or whatever. I don't think he was getting that much bread, especially in the the War fights, where he ended up making less than Andre Ward, which is weird because he was the fucking champion, the 3-belt champion, which was weird as fuck to me. But I mean, hey man, it is what it is, and that's another thing with this Joshua Wilder shit. When they're talking about the belts and blah blah blah. Well, Kovalev had 3 belts and he made less than fucking Andre Ward both fights. But whatever, that could just be due to piss poor promoting and whatever with Kathy Duva. But still, nonetheless, Kovalev boxed beautifully. He boxed. Man, I was really, really impressed. I think that was one of his best performances in my eyes. That was one of his best performances, of his career. Now, I know people might talk about the Pascal fights and the Bernard Hopkins fights and yada, 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 but no, he was just going out there fighting off the straight power. Hopkins was old as fuck. Way over. You know what I'm saying? He was fucking running on fumes. But whatever. There's no shade. There's no discrediting what Kovalev did to that dude. In the Pascal fight, I've never really thought Pascal was that good anyway. I mean, he was okay. He was just a solid C+, B- fighter. And there's nothing wrong with being that. He was world level. He was a champion. A solid B-, C+ fighter. But Kovalev has always been an A- fighter. And in this fight with Eleider Alvarez last night, he was an A+ in my opinion. He was an A+ in my opinion. Like I said, if he gets back to the if there gets a time when there's an undisputed champion, listen, bro, if he can stay hungry yet humble and listen to Buddy like he did yesterday, man, I'm trying to think who's going to beat him. I think not who's going to beat him, but who is going to be in an undisputed fight with Kovalev, with that Kovalev. And I don't like that motherfucker, man, at all. I think he's a racist piece of shit. But he could be changing. I mean, you're not born a fucking racist. You're taught that shit. So Andre Ward could have taught him something different with those ass whoopings he took. And then that strawberry on top, cherry on top with that Eleider Alvarez knockout may have adjusted his motherfucking life. I don't know, maybe. But I mean, there's no taking away from Kovalev. Kovalev has always been an A-level fighter. The problem is when he was hungry and not humble, it was more. And I want people to understand when I say hungry and humble. I want, you're as a fighter, right? There's a certain level of humbleness that you should not have. You should be cocky and confident. You should be. You know what I'm saying? But the level of humble that I'm talking about is when people are telling you something that know better. If they know better, if they're seeing something that you're not seeing, then you should be humble enough and this is where the humbleness I'm talking about. You should be humble enough to recognize that what you're doing isn't working, and to try what they're telling you to do. You know, and not be cocky, not be more cocky that you're like, okay, well, no, I'm this and I'm this so far, so I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing regardless. It'll eventually, you know, I'll eventually break through. Like, no, there needs to be a good balance. And before, Kovalev was just all cocky. He was just all cocky. He had no humbleness in him at all. He didn't listen to nobody. He did what he wanted to do. Which in turn, when you lose, leads to excuses. It leads to excuses. But if you were cocky in what you know, but humble enough to accept what you don't, that's the makings of greatness. And that's what I saw in Kovalev yesterday. I think that Kovalev right there with Buddy, I think that Kovalev right there will be in an undisputed fight for light heavyweight. I do not see Anthony Yarde beating him at all. I do not see that at all. Not even close. I think a better BF fight will be intriguing. I think the better BF that fought him before and beat him, I think in amateurs or whatever the case may be, I think this Kovalev is a far superior Kovalev than the one who fought on the Andre Ward. I believe that. And I'm not saying superior in talent-wise. I'm saying superior in thinking-wise. I'm talking about the humble and cockiness, the humble and cocky mixture. That's what I'm talking about. It's still the same skill. He has the same skill. His skill set never changed. It's his mindset that did. And now, would that have been enough to beat Andre Ward? I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know. But we're not even talking about that, because he got his ass whooped in those fights, and I'm glad he needed it. What I'm talking about now is this Kovalev. This Kovalev of this time. And what I saw was, I saw a talented, fucking unique fighter, man. I saw him even stabbing at the body, which is something that he doesn't do a lot of. I think that Andre Ward ass whooping taught him some shit, man. And taught him some shit. And I would, like I said, I'm not surprised at nothing. I believe, without a shadow of a doubt, if there is an undisputed fight at light heavyweight, Sergey Kovalev will be in it. And I do not like that motherfucker at all. I do not like him at all. You know what I'm saying? That's like I tell y'all before in my lives. You only got to tell me who you are once. Tell me who you are once, I'll believe you. You don't got to tell me again. You don't got to prove nothing after that. You told me who you are, I believe you. And he showed me he's a piece of shit. So I believe him. But it doesn't take away from the skills that he has. It doesn't take away from him. And it doesn't take away from the man, he just boxed beautifully, man. I was really, really impressed, man. I was really impressed. And I'm looking forward to what he does next. I want him in unifications. Listen, he doesn't need Kovalev needs no tune-ups. He needs no stay busy fights. He needs nothing. He needs unification fights and unification fights only. He was a unified light heavyweight champion already. This is nothing new to him. You know what I'm saying? This is nothing new. He does not need no tune-ups. He does not need no stay busies, no nothing. He doesn't need any of that. Kovalev needs to get right into the action right now. That's what he needs to do. BFTB, shout out to the LDBC, and I'm out.